I understand this point, but at the same time, I don't. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Oliver Anthony, who you may know from his smash hit viral single, Richmond, North of Richmond. Apparently, he does not like his song getting tied up in politics, which is kind of confusing because look at the song. I mean, the content of the song, you're talking about taxes and inflation and welfare and all that stuff, all political. And then the title of the song, Rich Men North of Richmond. Who are we talking about? What are we talking about? We're talking about politicians in Washington, D.C., the federal government. So, my man, your song is political, whether you want it to be or not. So, of course, it's going to be used in a political way. It's going to be taken in a political way. And those who are consuming your content are going to consume it because of the political message. Because nothing against Oliver Anthony. I like his song. I like what he's doing. But I don't think he's some kind of vocal prodigy, all right? It's not some kind of musically moving song. You're not Beethoven or Mozart or nothing like that. You're not some kind of vocal prodigy. People are drawn to your political message. Now, if I'm wrong, anybody, y'all let me know in the comments. But he does not like how the song is being taken. And before I go any further, let's just hear from him to hear his point of view, hear him out, because maybe what I'm saying right now is not really how you're going to take what he says. I'm just giving you my opinion. We're going to watch this. Then we're going to follow up with a tweet from him. If you want to see this clip and the tweet without my commentary, link as always will be in the description. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
If there is anything for me to address at all with you, it's that it's the one thing that has bothered me is seeing people wrap politics up into this. I'm disappointed to see, like, it's aggravating seeing people on conservative news try to identify with me like I'm one of them. It's aggravating seeing certain musicians and politicians act like we're buddies and act like we're fighting the same struggle here, like that we're trying to present the same message. I've had a lot of people reach out to me, and I've tried to be polite to everybody, and I've talked to hundreds of people the last 2 weeks. But it seems like certain people want to just ride the attention of this song to maybe make them their own selves relevant, and that's aggravating as hell. The other thing that I find aggravating is, it was funny seeing my song in it was funny seeing it at the presidential debate. Because it's like, I wrote that song about those people, So for them to have to sit there and listen to that cracks me up. But it was funny kind of seeing the response to it. Like, that song has nothing to do with Joe Biden, It's a lot bigger than Joe Biden. That song's written about the people on that stage, and a lot more too, not just them, but definitely them.
So look, okay.
You're evading.
I'm going to try to just empathize with Oliver Anthony. I'm going to try to empathize because I kind of, like I said from the beginning, I kind of understand what he's saying, but at the same time, I don't. And to address the latter first, the reason why I don't understand what he's saying is because he's admitting right here that the song is political. He says the song was written about them, about those on stage, about politicians. So you're saying right here in this video talking about the song's success that the song was written about politicians. You're saying it right here, but then you're saying you don't want to have politics get wrapped up in it. How can it not get wrapped up in it? It has to be. You may not want it to be a thing where people pick sides. We'll get to that in a minute. But that's politics. People are going to do that. And again, the people that are going to consume your content are not consuming it because you're some kind of vocal prodigy, some kind of musical genius. They are listening to you because of your message. They align with your message, and they're going to be a lot of times politically aware. They're going to be cognizant of what's happening around them politically. They're going to vote a certain way. They're going to behave a certain way. They're going to be a certain way socially and politically. That's why they like your content. So you're going to have politics wrapped up in it. It is what it is. At the same time, I think what you're struggling with here, because I'm an artist too. I'm not a rapper or a singer. I'm a visual artist. Back in the day, I used to draw, paint, sketch, whatever. I can do all that. Watercolor, whatever you want to do, I did it. I drew a comic, like a full comic one time when I was like middle school. I'm that kind of artist. So I understand, I guess, the struggle of artists. You want to be able to express yourself in the way that the outside world can understand. See, the way you got to do that is with your music. Go back to what you have done to get you right here, which is your art. Go back to that and further explain it. Make a new song and put it out there that way. When you make videos like this, it turns your audience off. It makes them feel like you don't appreciate them. And I'm not saying you don't, my man, but people are going to feel like that when you say stuff like this. And here's another thing from Oliver Anthony. Here's a tweet right quick. He says, I don't support either side politically, not the left, not the right. I'm about supporting people and restoring local communities. Now go breathe some fresh air and relax, please. Smiley face. I'm not worth obsessing over, I promise. Go spend some time with your loved ones. Basically, he's saying, yo, touch grass, you're a loser. See what I'm saying? Stuff like this is not how you talk to people. I'm sorry. Like, it comes off condescending and it comes off kind of rude, quite frankly. This is the Los Angeles type, do you know who I am type attitude, in my humble opinion. Now, I don't think he's trying to do it intentionally. I'm going to cut him a little bit of slack. This guy living in Farmville in a trailer, if I'm not mistaken, in a small town, Virginia. You're probably not trying to come off like this, but people are going to see that and be like, hey, what gives? What gives? I mean, you're making a song about politics. We're commenting on it politically, and you're attacking this for doing that, talking about go touch grass. And then also, this whole thing about I don't support either side, I don't really buy into that. People always say that, but it's really, and I'm not saying this is him, but I'm just talking about from what I see. People that say certain conservative ideas and push that, but then when you ask them about politics, they say, I don't support either side. What that means is that they are kind of a liberal in their heart, but they are afraid to admit they're now conservative. You see, so they kind of want to ride the fence in between both worlds. So when they go to family reunion and their aunt's asking them about politics, oh, you're a Trump supporter. It's like, nah, I don't support either side, but really they're liberal in their heart, or they're conservative and don't want to admit it. They're kind of afraid. Not saying that's him, but that's a lot of what I see from those who say things like this. And again, you may be having a hard time communicating what you want to say to people and getting across your particular message. Things like this ain't going to get it, man. The video, condescending, the tweet, doubling down on the condescension. Just go back to your music, go back to your artwork and speak that way. Communicate to your audience that way. So yeah, I mean, the song, great message, but it is political. You're talking about politicians. You're talking about specific policy, welfare, inflation, taxes. You're talking about things like this. And you're talking about the federal government in Washington, D.C. I mean, come on, man. Like, come on. Let's be for real. Either you're going to embrace it or you're going to fall back. But as I close, I want to say this. Shout out to Oliver Anthony. I think the song that he put out has a good message. I put it to you that way. Musically, I'm not really moved by it. Okay, he's not some kind of, musical phenom, but it has a good message. And I'm all for a good message. I'm all for positivity. And I think that if he wants to clarify his personal beliefs, I think he should make another song where he goes into further detail and expresses it that way, because what he's doing right here, I don't know. I'm sure there's no PR person or nothing like that going on. It's probably just him thinking about certain things to say and then going online and saying it. He needs to just tighten that up, get it cleaned up a little bit, because it didn't really get his point across very well, at least not in my humble opinion. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? Do you think that Oliver Anthony made sense here? It's like, hey, I'm not on the left, not on the right. I just have certain opinions on when they get out. And if you're going to talk about it too much, go touch grass, whatever your thoughts are. Let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. I think that he may mean well, but he's just not able to get his thoughts out there appropriately. When you're not on your guitar and singing and you're talking, it's a little bit different. You're able to get certain things out in a more beautiful way with your art than you are in a more abrasive, just straightforward talking or tweeting kind of way. You can't put the musical flair and the beauty into it the same way you can in your artwork. Very simple. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.